says in 1 Corinthians 15 that he fought with beasts in Ephesus. Obviously, he's not talking about literal beasts, but he's saying that he fought against strong forces while he was the pastor in Ephesus. When he left the place where he fought against spiritual beasts, who does he leave in charge to pastor the church of the Ephesians? 1 Timothy, look at this, chapter 1, verses 3 and 4. As I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus when I went into Macedonia, he says, when I left, I needed someone strong enough to be able to put into place these beasts that they wouldn't teach false doctrine and to correct false teachings and to get their act together. So who does Paul leave? The sickly, young, scrawny, scaredy cat crybaby Timothy. He leaves Timothy to pastor beasts in Ephesus. Now that's definitely not what I would have done. But why does he have the confidence to leave Timothy? I mean, something changed. Something God did in the life of Timothy where he now was a strong and mighty leader. And when Paul leaves Ephesus and all the beasts that he fought there, he says, oh, I know who can whip him into shape. I know who can take care of these guys and kick him in the rear end. Let's leave Timothy. Let's leave Timothy. And this is where I want to just inspire you a little bit and talk to you from my heart. There are too many people out there that live under the excuses of where they came from, how their family, what their upbringing was like, what tragedies happened in their life as an excuse to not get close to God, as an excuse to not serve God. Timothy is the only person in the New Testament to have the title man of God. Not even Paul, not even Jesus, not John the Baptist. Timothy. Timothy became a great and mighty leader, and you can be great too. God doesn't care about your past. He doesn't care about your circumstances. You are who you choose to let God turn you into. God can raise the dead. God can heal the blind. He can make the deaf to hear. He can turn stones into bread. He can turn water into wine. He can help man walk on water. He can split the seas. He can heal me from stage 4 lymphoma cancer 3 times. He turned David from a little shepherd boy to a king giant slayer. And he turned Timothy from this scared young man to a mighty man of God. God doesn't care about your circumstances or your past. It doesn't matter where you come from. You are who you choose to let God turn you into. I talked about this title being something valuable because there's so few that have this title. Well, let me tell you this. How valuable are you? There's no one else like you. There's not one person. You're the only you. So if gold is valuable because there's very little of it, how much more valuable are you? There's nobody in this world like you. So you are very valuable. And you can be great too. Please, don't be like those other people that use their past as an excuse. Well, because my dad did this to me, or because this happened, or I didn't have a dad, and I come from a broken home, or my mom was a drug addict. God doesn't care about your past. He doesn't care about your circumstances. He doesn't care about your limitations. He only cares that you say, God, here I am. Use me. Teach me. I'm going to study out your word. I'm going to start thinking like you think. I'm not going to think about circumstances. I'm going to think about your power and your knowledge and your mindset and what you want from me. You created me for a purpose, and I'm going to find that purpose and I'm going to live it out. God has all the answers in life for you in this book. And we want to show you how it's not just a book of stories and old stories and myths and fables. It is God's instructional manual for our lives and is relevant to this date. There are timeless principles that are to guide our decision making and life making. And we want you to find your God-given purpose. He gave you life. He created you for a reason. And we want to help you to know it so you can be great too. So connect with us. And as we say in the valley, God is with me. And may God be with you.